Hey, this is editing Jonah here. We forgot to record, or we didn't do an intro for this episode, so I'm doing it here. Welcome to the Growing Pains podcast. Be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below on what you want us to talk about. Um, Today, we're going to talk about on social media and its effect on society. So it's going to be a continuation from our last episode as we just continue talking, but and just wanted to remind you guys, be sure to hit that like button, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the episode. Peace.
That was a good conversation
It
about
was.
voting. But now let's talk about the biggest thing that's been since
Like
2000?
yeah, I was like 2000. What
So-
what was it? 2004. What is MySpace? When was MySpace big?
2004, I think.
Yeah, I think it was like 2004.
So, yeah, social media. So,
Before that, it was AOL.
Yeah.
What are y'all talking about?
we weren't-
Y'all don't know
we
about
weren't
that.
active.
I've
What?
heard of it.
Back in the day.
When you have to connect on the dial-up line and get in the chat rooms, don't play with me.
Tell me your age without telling me your age. But how do y'all feel about social media as a whole? Like,
Okay.
we know you don't be on it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
before.
I'm going to take this because I use it a lot. Like I use it fairly often, but I don't post. That's much more on me. Like it's not. I don't like to post on social media. I just don't be doing anything. So I was like, nobody cares about my boringness. So I'm just not gonna post anything. But I think social media is a powerful tool that like people are now realizing how useful of a tool social media is.
Right.
Like and like you can use it to send your life to different places. You can become famous, even more famous than like a lot of celebrities, just using social media, and it can change your life for the good or the bad. And I think that social media as a whole is, I would say, a good thing because it just allowed a lot of connections for things like information we're getting, connections with people across the world, where like you would have to write a letter and then like hope it makes it and then hope you get a return letter. Now you can just be like, I'm gonna shoot you a message. Shoot me a message right back, and now you're having a conversation with this person who's like could be across the world from you or like too far out of a distance for you to like communicate with regularly. Some people have relationships, like romantic relationships with people across the world because of social media and how and like the internet. Which so I think it's a good thing overall. There's a lot of bad to it, but like that's every tool. Every tool can be used for bad.
Right. I agree with that. I think it's overall a good thing. I think we as a culture, like everybody, if worldwide, is getting addicted to it. But I think as a whole, it's great to have the information at your fingertips. It's a good way. It's really like opening up doors for businesses and stuff like that. Small businesses is a great way to keep in touch with family and have them see pictures of your kids where you don't have to be sending pictures or whatever, and get in touch with old friends. And I think overall as a communication tool and a way to, exchange information and for you to see something outside of your normal day-to-day or your culture. You get to see other cultures and how they do stuff, and you might have to seek out more information than what's being fed to you on your little timeline, but you can see stuff about travel and see places you might want to go see. I think coming from my age group where we didn't have that, where I could see, if I want to see a resort in Jamaica now, I could just go to the site and see what it looks like. I don't have to be surprised when I get there. And, I can make travel plans and I can research everything and make sure that, I ain't going to be sleeping with bed bugs and all that stuff. But I think it's great for those reasons. So, yeah, I appreciate social media. Like I said, we had AOL, and we thought it was just fun to chat with people in other areas, and we didn't get to see them, but we were chatting in chat rooms and stuff. It got a little crazy sometimes, but it it was fun. It was fun to be able to go on and see information, go and chat with your friends and stuff like that.
So I would say, as a whole, social media, like y'all said, is awesome. But I feel like social media wasn't really big till COVID hit. Like, not big as how it is now. Like, social media is basically your job.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like once COVID, like, pre-COVID basically, hit, that's when everyone was, like, getting laid off and they just like, we have more social media influencers, basically. So, I'll say, yeah, it's a great thing, but like you said, there's good and bad, but it's, yeah, like, I can basically say I want to be a social media influencer just cause, basically, at this point, I feel like.
Right.
I agree with that because it used to social media influencers they're still like this, but like it's like a 1 in a million shot, and you're just hoping you hit.
Yeah.
And a lot of people took that leap of faith, especially during like the COVID time, because like as you said, they're getting laid off, and like they hit, but like a lot of people missed. Like a lot of people missed, and like we won't ever hear those stories or like know those stories because they didn't hit the mark that they wanted to. And we only hear about like these like super pop off stories like Mr. Beast or Kai Cenat or the AMP group as a whole, because we're like they found their niche
In a community.
yeah, and they built a community through that niche, and then like took off because COVID hit, and we're just like people were at home, people had time, so they had time to take in a bunch of like social media platforms, social media videos, and got to like feed, and then like they got put on feeds and other people's feeds because they continued to grow off their popularity from their community, and their community likes other things, so algorithms will think, oh, they like this thing and this thing, so we can feed it to these people. Yeah.
Right.
So so they hit their niches, but some people can find that, and then they still like they're still struggling to this day, or like they've lost all the momentum they had in their original career because they're like, I got laid off and I had nothing else to do, so I'm going to try this, and like that's like the double-edged sword with social media. It's a good thing. It's a powerful thing, but it can also destroy just as well as it can create. Because everything you do on social media is there. It's always going to be there. No matter if you delete it or anything, it'll be there. That data is on that website forever. So be careful what you put out there, and if it's not what you as yourself would want to be out there, then don't put it out there.
Right.
Well, I had a question for you personally, but that can wait. But to piggyback what you were saying though about putting social media out there, do you feel like social media should dictate if you should get hired or fired in terms of getting a higher job, like getting basically not a 9 to 5, but basically your career. Your career.
I think what you posted as a child and like pre being an adult, and you're online and you're just you're posting whatever, you're like, haha, this is funny because you're young.
You're living your life.
Yeah, you're young and you're dumb, and you're not thinking of, oh, this salary job I'm going to have in the next 10 years is going to be like, no, because I decided to
show myself drinking alcohol.
or
at a frat
hanging
party
out, yeah,
or
just like or jump or
doing something wild.
yeah,
basically.
doing something wild on the camera because I was a young kid and didn't know any better. I think that's dumb. I think that shouldn't like affect your career in the future because you're a young kid, you're a dumb kid. You're going to do dumb kid things. You're going to explore life, make mistakes, and do things every here and there because you're learning.
Right.
You are trying to figure out your place in the world. So I feel like that shouldn't affect your job. I feel like if like it was like a month before you went into this job
And you knew you had
and
it.
you're over here just saying the most vile things to someone on the internet and you have your face and name attached to it. That's on you, buddy, because they have a brand to keep up.
Right.
And I'm like, if that brand is like, you a month ago was out here wilding on the internet, then that's on you. Like, you knew this was going to happen. You knew they were going to look at this. So you should understand that actions have consequences. But, like, I'm saying as a young kid, you're not thinking about the consequences of your actions.
Right.
That's because you're learning that actions have consequences. Like,
So, it's funny though. Like you were saying that, but I remember one of my friends was telling me he saw a TikTok of this dude who used to work at Amazon, and you know, he still had the stuff and everything, and I guess he was making TikToks with it. So I guess he started like getting clout off it.
yeah.
So you know, if you start getting clout off someone's
Yeah.
stuff, that's when you know, a company just
Yeah,
comes
they're
out
like,
of nowhere and be like, hey,
Yeah, that's
we
when they
need
get
you
a
to take
problem
all
with
that
it.
down.
What was he doing?
He was basically doing like not improv, but like skits. So like he was acting like he was basically, so he was a driver at Amazon,
Oh, okay.
and he would do skits and like funny skits about Amazon basically,
Oh,
like his
okay.
day to day at the job. Basically.
Gotcha.
And then he got, I guess either got fired or quit. I don't remember, but this was after he was like not working there.
Right. Okay.
So I guess they tell him to try to like take his stuff down. Like every video that he was basically getting the
Right.
clout from, and clearly he didn't because you know that's his platform.
So he
Yeah.
chose to quit.
No, he already quit. Like
Oh,
he was already.
he already quit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they came out of nowhere and just said, "Hey, we need you to take those down, or we're gonna have to take you to court."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Technically, they
Was he
cannot-
saying something bad about the
I don't
episode?
know. I haven't seen
Oh.
the video.
No, I was like, it's probably just more about like the people he had to deliver to and stuff. Man, in full honesty, they can't do that to him anyways because he bought that stuff. Like you have to pay for that stuff with your paycheck. Like all that stuff he's wearing is his to own.
They make you buy your uniform?
Yeah, the vest and
Amazon
The
everything.
is
vest
so
for
cheap.
the
Yeah, that
for the
vest and
driver and
everything.
everything.
And
There
they
needs to
take,
be a whole episode on Amazon.
yeah, I was like, they take a bit out of your
You
paycheck.
might have a
and-
special guest for that
All
one.
right.
Oh yeah, that'd be funny.
But I don't know. I feel like if your position has like a morality clause, then yes. Do I think that jobs should go and look at your social media?
Your past.
Right, like stuff like you do on your off time.
And it's not
Oh, yeah,
affecting
nah,
my job
Yeah.
in any way.
I
Right.
don't think they should be going hunting for anything bad.
Oh,
I think
that's
I
what they
feel
do
like they
now.
do,
yeah,
that's what
I
they do
think
now.
I think that's weird. I was like, unless it's like forefront brought to your attention, I think it's weird that you have to go down deep into my private life for me to get this job. I think that's like an invasion of
Right.
privacy. That's crazy.
Exactly. Like, there's none of my private life in my job. You know, I might tell you about my kids, and you might see them come up here sometimes. But I mean, I'm not a big. Maybe this is probably the team that I've probably socialized the most with, like my boss, and not my and my, I've always socialized with my coworkers, but it's probably the only team where I would like socialize with my boss. But yeah, like I don't think that they should be going to search out stuff on your social media or stuff you're doing on your free time. There's people that are executives who have morality clauses, or like teachers at a private school, they got morality clause they sign in their contract. They probably can't do certain things and put it on social media. Like that one teacher who had the OnlyFans.
Shout out her.
And
I respect.
I mean, girl, I don't even know
make
why
your
she was
money.
still going
I'm
to work.
saying, that's like, make your money.
She was making money.
I
off
worked
of
at a
OnlyFans.
school, and
Yeah,
right.
that was her, and that was basically her hobby. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like teaching was to connect to the kids to make sure they
Right.
learn and
I think she was
everything.
using it. Well, she was making more money, but like she was using it a lot to pay her kids' tuition
Yeah.
at private school, and girl,
Teachers don't get paid enough. That's a
Yeah.
whole different topic.
that is a huge topic, just ridiculous. But but I don't think that they should be like going to look at like I work at IT. Why are you looking at my social media? As long as I can come here and do my job and go home, then we're good. And unless I'm on, don't put your job on social media. Like the Amazon thing, that might be a little iffy.
Yeah.
Like while he's working, filming videos and stuff like that, they could get him on that. But like if I was filming videos in my office, then yes, that's
Yeah, I
that's
was like,
dumb.
now
Yeah.
I'm doing this while on work.
Right, and putting my company's name out there or whatever.
But like, if I'm going out and it's like, this is my me time, my free time, and
Right.
I decide to post it, that's my time.
Right.
I was like, if my time is bothering your work, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think some of these jobs think they own you after you become working for them. I'm just an employee for you. You provide some benefits and stuff, and I provide you a service. That's it.
And I get paid.
That's our relationship. Yes.
I
We
think
don't have to be friends. You write my checks.
I think that's like a big thing with our generation, when I say it, because we will just quit a job,
Yeah.
like in a heartbeat. Like you try to make this more than I work for you, and you pay me, and you try to make it like some guilt trip ass shit that we don't care
Right.
about.
or disrespect.
Yeah.
You
or-
guys aren't falling for the we're a
Family.
family.
Yeah, because
We're the abused family members of this tribe. Yes.
we'll just be
Yeah, no.
like, if my paycheck is not showing reflecting
yeah.
the amount of work I'm doing,
Yeah.
and this isn't the job for
You
me.
get the
Right.
bare minimum.
Yeah, I was like,
Start paying us more, then you get more.
I was like, I'll do everything that my job entails. You gave me a list of things that told me what this job was going to entail, and I'm going to do everything on that paper. You want anything more? I better see more on that
better
paycheck.
see
Right.
a promotion or raise or
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people have realized that, working harder just gives you more work.
Yeah.
And, they want to make you do everybody else's job for the same pay.
another topic. But to go off the social media, how do y'all? So you were saying now social media is known as an addiction. So how would y'all split y'all life from social media life?
Well, I'm like, I do that every day because
Well, let the people know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what I always do, I don't have the addiction of scrolling TikTok. I broke that post because I didn't like TikTok when it was like a first big thing when everybody was getting it, just pre-COVID, and everybody's like, look at this video, scroll through it. I didn't care for it then, and then like I got a little bit into it in the middle of COVID because Isaiah there would want me to shoot videos with him, and like we'd talk about it, and like I'd scroll through some videos. But like now I pretty much just open the app because my friends send me videos, and I go, okay, I'm gonna do my friend homework, so I'm not missing out. And they're sending me this for a reason, and I'll happily watch a video they send me because they think
I'm
I'm
trying
happy.
to make him
Yeah.
a better friend.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Try to paint me as a bad friend. That's crazy.
No, I'm not saying you're a bad friend, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was
you've
like-
been ghosts. What I've been told, but continue.
You're a neglectful
That's crazy. I don't show up in the Discord for 4 days and I'm dead. I'm dying. I'm just in pain. I'm just sick and going through every trial and tribulation in the book.
Yeah.
But no, uh, I would I can take time and be like, okay, I need to stop doing this. Then go do what I need to do, like go eat something, go take a shower, go do homework, go study, go to work, and I'll be like, this is if I am going to scroll through something or watch a video and I'm not going to do something else while doing that, I'm gonna set a time limit on myself because I know it can get addicting to just keep scrolling and just keep scrolling and just keep scrolling. Or what I also like to do is like sometimes the apps buffer and like something happens and I'm like, oh, that's my sign. It's time to get off and then go do something else.
Right. I am currently working on this because I guess I got bad during COVID with the scrolling and staying on social media. And I'm making it a purpose to like read more and do other things. We were talking about this in another group where I could replace that time with something that I actually probably want or need to be doing. And because I find myself like waking up in the morning and just flip. And I'm actively right now trying to stop doing that, just going through my social media. You see lately I haven't posted that much, even my workouts and stuff. But it's actually tough, like, to like when I wake up, make my mind go, no, we're not doing that. I wake up and now and I'm trying to meditate in the morning first, and then not like get on there and start going through all the today's news because it just is like I don't think it's a dopamine, but it's
like it's there and you're like, this is information I probably should take in, so you're just gonna sit there and take it in.
Right.
But I think that's also like a good thing about how I grew up. I didn't have a phone until like the start of high school, pretty much. Like a phone that was my own.
Right.
Like, we had a shared phone that he mainly had, so I didn't have a phone of my own until the start of high school. So I filled my free time with
a lot of animosity behind that statement.
I'm not animosity.
He don't care. He don't answer his phone now.
Yeah, I was like, I have no hate behind. Nah, I was like, it allowed me to fill the time with like reading and writing.
Right.
Because I do a lot of reading and writing, and those are fun for me. So I'd rather do that instead of scroll on my phone for hours. I'd rather just like sit and like create characters and stories and like write that out on paper rather than just sit on my phone and just scroll for a long time.
Yeah. How about you, Isaiah?
So like you said, I've been in the process since I guess the end of summer, and the only reason like social media to me, I always use social media as like not only like a platform, more of just a confidence thing, I guess you could say. Because like before, I didn't like how I looked. If I'm gonna be honest, like I was considered the toothpick in the family, technically. So that's like the fitness page is really for me, not like people like how come you don't post as much now. But the only reason I don't is because I don't have no reason to be on social media. So like I would say the things I've been doing, like some days I just forget that I have a phone. If y'all know, like I'll just come in here and just watch TV or basically do other things that not me on my phone. So most people like, why, like the people I talk to, why isn't he answering something wrong? Like people think something's wrong with me, but no, it's just I'm starting to move on from social media because whenever I did have social media, I was always like in a relationship, so that's how like we communicated basically. But now I'm more of a, if you gonna hit me up, either call me or text me if it's that important. If it's not, then you don't have my number for a reason. Like that's
Yeah.
that's my mindset right now, cause I'm more of a, I'm starting to build who I am as a person
Right.
than the person that they see on social media.
Right.
So yeah, that's mine.
That's true. I think a lot of people get caught up in the image that you create on social media. I think I'm pretty much myself.
Yeah. I was like,
Because I don't have time to be creating no character on social media. But yeah, I think people get caught up in that. But it's so easy to get caught up in scrolling. And now on well, I don't do TikTok as much anymore. I hardly even look at TikTok. I just recently got on TikTok for that Risa Tisa thing. And it took me like 2 weeks to listen to all that. But
I
But-
hear Instagram
but like
Reels is the
now on TikTok, it's like just a bunch of ads.
Yeah.
And they don't have that. They used to have that thing where you
TikTok
scroll
shop.
for a long time, and then they're like, "Hey, you need to stop." Da 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 da.
Mhm.
They don't have that anymore. I didn't see it, but
Because they're starting to promote their shopping.
right, like every third thing is that's why I'm like, oh, I can't do this.
Yeah, I heard the thing that's not getting people because it doesn't have that is Instagram Reels. Like people will just, because it's pretty much
Yeah.
everybody who's on TikTok, like all the big creators or like the creators you generally like watch and like view, they're on Instagram Reels now, and now you can just scroll, nothing's stopping you, and then
Right.
there's no TikTok shop ads. So
Right.
it's just scroll, scroll, scroll.
That is true.
Because
Yeah,
there was a time.
I think Facebook and Instagram are the same now, right?
There was a time before Instagram and Facebook joined that Instagram had their own little, shopping
Yeah, their own
thing.
shopping.
Now that I don't see that no more, because since Instagram and Facebook joined, it's funny because
They
Facebook
got ads
would,
in the middle.
yeah,
You probably don't see as many of them, but I do. Yeah.
I'm like, I
They got
thought,
ads in the middle of the shops you like, and they see where you shop, and they put the little coupons or the specials. They come up whatever as you're scrolling.
I was like, I don't scroll through TikTok pretty much ever, but like the last time I did, and it was after I talked with you, Mom, after when you asked me why I went to the mall, and I was like, I was gonna go look for hoodies,
Mm-hmm.
and
a bunch of
literally,
hoodies popped up. Yeah,
but I went
Right.
down. I saw 2 posts because I only get on Instagram because somebody sent me something on Instagram, and I was like, if I'm on here, I should like at least 2 posts because these are people I know and they're my friends. So I was like,
I'm
I like.
still trying to do better.
So I liked 2 posts, and then got to the third, and it was just like a thing of hoodies, and but like that anime designs on them because I'm sure it knows I like anime
Mhm.
or something.
Right.
And so I was like, well, these. I personally wouldn't buy any of these, but they look cool, and then like moved on with my day. But I was like literally just after having a conversation with
Your
my
phone
mom.
is listening.
Yeah, with my mom. It's like, here's hoodies and anime hoodies at that
Your
too.
phone is listening.
Yeah, I feel like, so whenever you're talking about the hoodies, when I get that ad, I get that hoodie where it says that message behind.
Yeah, yeah. If you're reading this, the person in front of you
And
says
Your
they're happy
phone
they're
knows
here.
what you like.
No, I'll be thinking, when I see that, sometimes I'm like, damn, does it know I'm like depressed or something?
Yeah, like,
does
yeah,
it want me to cheer up?
I like
Like-
that hoodie.
Yes, because of whatever you're watching or whatever you're saying.
I like that hoodie. I also want the Beach on Mars hoodie. The You Matter hoodie. I think that
Oh.
hoodie's sick.
But I have 2 more things and we can wrap it up. But how do y'all feel? Do you feel like social media can affect your mental health and
Oh,
Big
your
time.
relationships?
yeah, 100%.
Yes.
And why?
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay,
Should I
100
go first?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you just had an epiphany. Go ahead.
No, when he said the relationships.
Yeah.
So I just post random stuff. I don't really be thinking. But like sometimes I'll post something and
Someone
someone
will
will
get mad.
call me
Yes.
and be like, blah, 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 blah. I'm all like, what? I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And they was like, oh, you posted this. And then I was all like, it's not about you, though.
Like,
I wasn't even thinking about you.
the funny
Uh,
part.
but like, it doesn't even mesh with reality because nothing in our relationship would say something with the thing that I posted. Like, you know that I knew people before I met you, right?
True.
But you wanted to get upset about that. And I don't know if it's like a reaction from like something that you're holding back from saying to me. Like you had some feelings about something and you never said it. So when you saw that post, it triggered you or something. Or it's just the post triggered you. Like it can definitely have an effect. I did not know.
Yeah, I didn't
because
either.
That must be the Aries in
I didn't either. Because
Uh,
when I post something, I just be like, "Oh, I like that."
Right, yeah. It's like,
I like that quote.
I'm like, right on, girl.
Or
that's
me.
right.
That's something
yeah,
I was
I know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did something similar to that. This was like the first time I scrolled on TikTok in a while, and me and my friend just had a conversation about this topic, and like I reposted it because I wanted to get my point across, and I was like, this is exactly what I was talking to him about. So I reposted it, and I was like, I know you came across it because we were talking about it later, and then it came upon me that somebody else that I had a relationship with might take it the wrong way because they still follow me. And I was like, does that make me petty? Because I didn't do it with them in mind.
Right.
Like, they were the last thought on my mind when I clicked the repost.
Right.
I was like, what he was saying was just true, and I was like, it got my point across in better words. So I was like, I'm going to repost this. Because, like, me and my friend were having this conversation in the Discord, but, like, other people were there. So they're, like, they're hearing the conversation with me, and they all follow me on TikTok. So they understood what the repost was meant for. But, like, somebody outside that situation who something similar happened between us, but, like, it wasn't for them at all.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like to piggyback on the question about mental health, I feel like mentally social media can drain you.
Yeah.
Like, I've learned it numerous of times. There's been times where I went through breakups just because social media, it's like, I feel, yeah, mentally, it most definitely can drain you. But I feel like there's also a good side of it mentally because there's now pages where they have, like, quotes on things you can use to, like, basically think. Like, there's pages I follow where most of the quotes that y'all see me send to y'all or anything, I get that from social media.
Right.
So, yeah, mentally it's draining, but there's also some good. But as a relationship with social media, my advice, if you, like, you can still have social media, but don't use that as part of your relationship, I would say. Like,
Right.
don't use it to the point where that's part of your life. Like, make it to the point where it's you and that person, or you and your friends. Don't make it to the point where it's you, social media, your friends, and then, yeah, like, because that's whenever your mental starts to go crazy. You start feeling things you don't want to be feeling, and then you spiral, I feel like, to the point where you start using social media as a platform to target people.
Yeah.
Right. I think that, like, as far as mental health, you have to curate your social media. Like, if you are constantly liking negative things, they're gonna constantly pop up. Like how you say with the quotes, you probably liked one quote, so you keep getting more and more of those quotes. So it's more like positive. Like I listen to a lot of what's it called? Law of attraction stuff. So I see a lot of that on my social media, or on my, it pops up on my YouTube or stuff like that. So you kind of have to you have to be intentional about curating what you are seeing on social media, because it's going to feed you whatever you like from the algorithm. Yeah.
Yeah, something I also did, like, this is just me. Like, I would say to get to help my mental. So I'm a type of person, if you're following me, I see you as like basically family. So most of the people that weren't following me, I unfollowed because I'm like, what am I following you for? I don't even talk to you. So like me mentally, that like I always been a person to have people like me for who I am. So like for someone that doesn't like me, like I'm not saying you following me is liking me, but like if I knew you and then I see you don't follow me, that low key kind of like hits me. I'm like, damn, what the hell did I do to that person? But then I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, it's just part of life, Isaiah. You're gonna find some people who, like, I have a friend who uses this quote. They're meant to be there either for a second, a minute, or an eternity. So, like, that's when, every time I hear that quote, I'm like, okay, I don't need nothing to trip about. But sometimes I'm like, I'm a type of person, like, I'm an emotional person. Like, y'all know this. Like, I get so emotional to the point where you could tell me something and I will not care what you said.
Yeah, I know. As we had to fight over starting this podcast for some odd reason.
Oh, and he's the petty person. I can't with y'all.
That's all I'm like, for no reason. Alright, I'm gonna say that yeah, it can affect your mental health and like relationship, because social media is all image driven. What you put out there is going to be like your, in quotes, image, and like, because this is the only thing these people are like taking in on your social media is like, this is what you do, this is what this person does, and so like all this like image drivenness, and people get like so caught up in that image or in other people's image, and like, I'm just not doing enough, or like my life is not going in the way this person's life is going. And it gets them caught up and like affects them emotionally, or like I hate when couples do this, but like try to take social media relationships where they're like putting on this character. They're acting like
the best couple in the world.
They're acting on 1,000.
So good.
Yeah, they're acting on 1,000, and they're trying to expect this from somebody they live their day-to-day life with.
Right.
Like, you can get 1,000 sometimes. Like they do in these videos. They're going to act on 1,000. I'm sure these people just sit down and like watch a movie like normal people and like have a good time. And then
argue.
I was like, argue like normal people. Like, because people are always like, what happened to this couple? When an internet couple breaks up, they're like, what happened to this couple? They were so good. I was like, you only know what they put on camera. Right. This is all you're given. You're trying to create a parasocial relationship for a situation you're not even in, and you're letting that affect a situation you are in, because you're expecting.
Well, it's like the romantic movie effect, like times a million.
Yeah, because it's like you're actually seeing real people. Like actors are real people, but these are real. They're real people. Real people playing a character.
Right.
These are real people playing a character, but that character is themselves in their relationship.
Right. It's the reality TV effect. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah,
so,
and I feel like that's like, not to get off topic, but I feel like reality TV, like most of the shows that like are on Netflix are mostly reality TV that I hear about, like Love Is Blind and all that. But like, they want, like, there's people that out there that want something like that. Like, I know I have friends who be saying I'll get on that show because they want to do the test basically.
Yeah.
I just see if they'll fall in love without seeing the person.
Yeah, they want that. damn.
Isn't that kind of what social media
Yeah,
is?
yeah,
Like when you
yeah.
meet somebody online, you don't really see them.
You don't see them as like them. You don't really see them. You see pictures of them.
Right,
But
right.
Yeah,
So-
I was like, my generation and like particular, we've been fed this like dream of what love is and what it should be, and like,
You're not the only generation.
yeah, I was
But I
like,
also feel like
a lot, and like we're continually fed this through like Disney movies and
Right.
like shows and books we're given growing up, and it's all this like idealized love of like you're going to come across this person, it's going to click, everything's going to be perfect, and then that's it.
Your
And-
soulmate.
Yeah, and it's
That's
like, but they don't talk about like the work that needs to be put in,
or
like
what happens after.
yeah, what happens after the happily ever after.
Right.
Like there can be all this happy, but like this happy, like
Requires work.
yeah, this happy is going to be like there are happier moments there, but you gotta work to those happier moments.
They don't tell you have to choose to be happy every
Every
single
single
day.
Yeah.
And there's days where you'll be like happy as a whole, but you might not like
You
your
won't want
partner
your
that
space
day.
that day, yeah.
You might want to be alone.
And like social, there are very rare social media moments where they show the like hard times and
Right.
like you only ever see the happy, the like I had this achievement, blah blah blah, and it's like, but like the work they put into that achievement is all here on in the real world, but like you're like I made it to this point and I would like to share that, and you're just like, wow, that guy made it to that point. I'm doing nothing with my life. What am I supposed to do? And like it starts to eat at you because you're not seeing the work he put in down here, and be like, he put in that work, and if he can do it, so can I. You're just like, he made it here. That's all you see.
Yeah. I also feel like
That's why I feel like the algorithm is just so different. I guess because I'm divorced, I see a lot more. Like I see the happy relationships or whatever, but I do see the bad relationships and how they overcame. And I get a lot of relationship experts that tell you how to overcome the bad relationships or why this relationship is bad or what you're dealing with in your partner or stuff like that. So I see more, like you guys might see more of the fairy tale. I see more of the.
I'm like,
I see.
I get the
Yeah.
I get the get your ass up. Go do something and stop thinking about this person or that person not thinking about you while you thinking about them.
yeah. If I
or
get
like I get reassurance like, hey, you're human. Stop worrying about someone that's not worrying about you.
I rarely get relationship like social media like things about relationship, but when I do, it's always about like it's like it will generally be during a time where I'm like going through introspection and like dealing with like past things I didn't deal with, and it'll always be about the thing I'm dealing with that day, and it'll be like, yeah, it was not you. That's you tried your best. You really tried.
Right.
Everything you thought you did right. Stop beating yourself up and then move on. And it's always like that when I'm like going. It's always feel like during a time of introspection. It's like, move on, get out of your head, go do something else. Bye.
Yeah,
Well, that's good.
I got this one where it says, I think it was a time where I was just going through everything, and it said, you might have fucked up, but people make mistakes, and you did the right thing. What else? Yeah, he said you did the right thing by this in the outcome of the situation. When I saw that, I was like, I literally say that whole TikTok just because some days, people have days where they just be like, I don't want to mess with no one.
Yeah,
Right.
things get hard sometimes.
Yeah, so like whenever I do have those times, I go straight to that video, or like I have other videos or quotes that I read that help my mental basically.
Yeah.
I think social media is good for that. Like, it can help you with your mental health because, like I was saying, I follow this relationship guy, And he has some really good tips for relationships and communication. He does these little act out scenes where he acts out communication issues that you have, like in everyday relationships and marriage and stuff like that. And you just like take time to be like, oh, okay, I never thought about it like that, or I never thought about it from his angle or from her angle. And I think it's good for stuff like that where you get like a more perspective. Yeah.
Yeah. As I said, social media is a tool. There's the good and bad. It's literally as you said, how you curate your algorithm, how you make what you take in.
Right.
Because there's everything out there, literally everything. So however you want to view the world or how you ever want to view a situation, it will all be right there for you and will be given to you in the way you want to see it.
Right. And take breaks from social media. Read a book.
Social media cleanses are good
Play
for
video
you.
Right.
games.
Yeah, play video games.
Go outside, talk to
Do
people.
your hobby. Take a walk.
Yeah.
Go, yes, definitely. Go outside. Feel the sunshine on your face because everybody's low on vitamin D. So please.
Yes. I had to learn. I'm going to be honest.
Yes. You don't want to be. I remember when I worked nights, they put me like on this, I think it was 50,000 something pill of vitamin D because my vitamin D was so low because I never saw the sun. So go outside. You don't have to spend your time inside scrolling forever.
I'm like, and once you go outside and like, you can experience these things that you feel you're missing out on, and like go make better experiences that you're like, that was great. I'm happy I did that.
And with that, we're gonna finish this podcast off with a quote that I would say touched me for the month of March, because I've been getting affirmations from about March is gonna be the year where my career and my dreams start to show, basically. So the quote says, it's a week. We're not starting the week, but let's start the week off with the real plan, purpose, and peace. Keep your peace regardless of what challenges you face today. Don't allow the enemy to distract you from your purpose, and stick with the plan you have for success. Shout out Deion Sanders.
All right. We love Deion.
That's funny. You guys will be starting your week with this.
It's so funny.
We're not starting your week.
Right.
When you guys get this, you'll start your week with it.
Yes, for sure.
But this has been fun. I actually enjoyed this talk.
Yeah, this was good.
Yeah.
We went a long time.
Yeah. We're almost
We
2
went
hours
longer
right
than
now.
Yeah, we might have to break it
yeah.
up into 2 episodes.
Yeah, I was like, you guys got a chunky part, probably 2 chunky parts.
Right.
I'm probably going to split it for the social media part, and then but this was fun and a good talk. And that will be it from us for our Growing Painz podcast, our family's podcast to your family's ears. And this episode will actually be dropping on a Monday, because I'm actually going to get it done tomorrow.
Yay.
So you can expect this on, what's today?
That's the 5th.
The 5th. So you can expect it on the 11th. So I don't know why I'm telling you this.
I'm going to hold him to that.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm telling you this now, because you're going to be seeing it on the 11th, and it will make no difference to you either
He'll
way.
cut all this out.
Yeah, pretty much.
With that being said, we love you.
We love you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Give us any more topics you have for us down in the comments. Also, share any feedback you got with us. We'll take it
And
in.
also, share it to your friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give it around. Show it off. And let us
And
know.
get this video to 10 likes.
Yeah,
and
let us know
Jonah
what you-
will start twerking.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Also, in the comments, answer some of the questions yourself. I'd like to hear your responses. I'd like to sit down and read your responses to some of our questions
For
in this
sure.
And
episode.
follow us on all our social media platforms. And
Yeah,
Growing Painz.
Yeah,
it will be in the description.
Do that. I actually need to put our links in the descriptions this time.
Yay! I'm gonna get the voting links. Too.
Yeah, all the voting links will be down in the description too. Be sure to check those out.
And stay safe and have a great week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.